everybody, welcome to the Gentleman Style Podcast Show. Your host, your favorite gentleman, Marcus Norman, coming to you live. And today, you all are in for a treat. We have Mr. Tom Antoine, who has never had a job, but this man is world-renowned, 5-star, very well known not only in his community, but speaks and travels the world by far. And he's here today on the Gentleman Style Podcast Show to give back. He's an internet multi-millionaire, the guy next door, and the founder of the only licensed and dedicated internet marketing school in the country. He's the subject of a Hollywood documentary, The American Entrepreneur, premiering in spring 2021. So help me bring this incredible man to the stage, Mr. Tom Antoine. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, sir. Thank you for joining us on Gentleman Style Podcast Show.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you perfectly. Can you hear me?
Yeah, perfect. We're doing good.
Awesome. Awesome. This is phenomenal. So you're a phenomenal speaker, world-renowned, travel the world, spoken, and you have a film based off you. But before we dive into that, I have to ask, every successful entrepreneur has a morning routine, right? They do something that sets the tone for the rest of the day. What's your morning routine that you do that really sets the rest of your day for success?
Well, I wake up with my as it gets to be wake up time, I wake up with my hand like this over my head because I got 2 German shepherds that are going to come start poking me in the head with their nuzzle. and so that's the way my day starts every day. And they have to get their morning tummy rubs. And then basically I get up, I take them out, I water now in the summer, I water the yard and stuff. I don't really eat until about noon, kind of intermittent fasting, and I drink a lot of lemon water to get me through the morning. But then I immediately just start checking overnight sales and emails, and I have mentees all over the place, and so questions from them. So it's nothing really spectacular. It's not. I don't meditate, put it that way. I'm not a meditator. But
me either.
Yeah, it's not. It's nothing fantastic at all. And what's really cracked everybody up that knew that I was going to be on this show. They're like looking at me like, gentleman style. You're on a show that has the word style. Is that guy sick? Is he crazy? Is he blind? What is? I haven't had a tie on for I don't know how many years, and I've never had long pants on for I don't know how long. So when I questioned it myself, maybe it's the wrong show. Maybe I should. So I had to look into it a little bit.
This is the right show. This is the absolute right show. And that's the thing about entrepreneurship, right? That's what you get to wake up when you want. You get to wake up to your incredible German shepherds, right? You get to wake up and start your own day and make your own day. So thank you for breaking that down. And it's true, right? That's kind of the epitome, right? It's not necessarily a dollar amount. It's the freedom that you get.
Yeah. I mean, this has been my whole life. I mean, I've never had a job, a little bit in college. I mean, I actually applied for a job once.
How did that go?
They said 401k, and I thought 401,000. That's a good starting salary. So I didn't get that job. but yeah, so I've lived this my whole life this way, So I get up when I want, to go to bed when I want, and my podcast is called Screw the Commute. I hope you'll grace me by being on it one of these days. And you can live 2 or 3 lives if you're not making somebody else rich going to work every day. I mean, think of the amount of time to get dressed in the morning, get all gussied up, kids to school or whatever you have to do, and then drive or take the train and then make somebody else rich all day, and then do the same thing at home, and you're exhausted, and you get your paycheck. And there's nothing. And all work is honorable. All right, there's no question about that. But if you can get out of it, that's more honorable. So.
That's so true. That's so true. And you know, I admire that. I admire, and I think that's kind of the direction we're heading, that people are getting their kids involved early and they're getting their families involved early in entrepreneurship. And I think it's a mindset shift because we're realizing, do I have to work a 9 to 5? Do I have to get up and go to this job, or can I create my own revenue, my own sources of income, and still have a livelihood and still create the life on my terms? So,
well, what's funny about that is I've been preaching that for 23 years since I've been teaching online marketing. I started selling on the commercial internet 27 years ago when it started in 1994. Before you were born,
wow.
pretty much. And so I've been preaching that work at home for 23 years. And now all of a sudden it takes a worldwide pandemic to hit people in the head with a 2x4. Oh, you can work from home. Yeah. 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 So, it's coming more to the forefront, but it's the only thing I've lived in. In fact, I had a nightclub for 6 years. It was the second biggest nightclub in the state. And, I lived above it, so technically I had a nightclub in my basement. so no commute.
That's a good deal. That's a good deal. Yeah. You no commute, you go home for lunch every day.
Well, right? I'll tell you what, I'm not recommending nightclub business to anybody. I was in gunfights and knife fights, and I had over 100 violent encounters with bikers trying to kill me. But anything you live through without getting killed, makes you stronger, and you can turn it into profit. So I've been studying martial arts my whole life, and that was really the test there in that 6 years time period. But I started a website called Brutal Self-Defense. And so I made a seminar to teach people how to stay safe in this dangerous world. And so we sell that as a sidebar. You can just sell all kinds of things. One of the things I want to talk about today is making your hobbies tax deductible. That's what, that's what I see all the time. Families either have hobbies or family interests, and they're paying with them after taxes. So they're paying through the nose and getting no credit for these family interest and things they're going to spend money on anyway. So I teach them how to put up an inexpensive website. You can make, if you know what you're doing, a world-class website for $150. All right. And by yourself. And then if you can either put an affiliate product on it, which means someone else has a product and you're recommending it and you get a commission, or you can create your own product. And so I'm a tennis nut. I have the dubious distinction of being the largest person ever to create and star in a tennis training video. So it's called Fatso Tennis.
My gosh.
Yeah. You can see it online. The trailer to the DVD that I created is me playing tennis and eating pizza at the same time.
Did you win though? Did you win the game?
I beat a lot of younger people. The whole DVD is how to teach you how to make the younger and faster people run to and drop dead before you do. And there's all kinds of tricks of the trade and funny gadgets you can use. And so I had 14-year-old kid on the tennis team walk off and throw his racket down and cry because his mother's chasing him. Oh, it's okay, Johnny. Because I was just tearing him up because he didn't have the experience to know the shots and the placement of the ball and the court dimensions and all this stuff. And I mean, I got to tell you though, if I walked off the court or did something like that when I was a kid, I'd be running laps till I was 40 years old. But she was just, okay, it's okay, Johnny. Here's your trophy. So,
everybody gets a trophy.
Yeah, exactly, for walking off the court. But anyway, you can do this with any kind of family interest or hobby, even if you're a soccer mom or dad. You could put a website up, interview a bunch of high school soccer coaches on how kids could be better, do better at soccer. And now you're in business and you sell some soccer affiliate products that you didn't even create. And now all your stuff you're buying for your kids for soccer, they're the models, and you write about it. And now you're doing it, all the stuff you were doing, but now you're getting tax credit for it.
That makes sense. And speaking about sponsorship, we are going to take a quick commercial break. We got to bring our sponsors onto the show because our sponsors, I support them and they support me. And so we're going to keep this train. We have a short commercial break. We'll be right back.
Support for Gentleman Style Podcast is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming champions of the world. Manscaped offers you precision engineering tools for your family jewels. Manscaped just launched their 4th-generation trimmer, the Lawnmower 4.0. You heard that right, the 4.0. Join over 2 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you. 20% off free worldwide shipping with the code GENTSTYLE at manscaped.com.
Hey, everybody.
Wait, I gotta tell you, I've done over 1,000 interviews. That was the best commercial ever in between one of my segments. And I'm thinking, they talked about the lawnmower, and I've been creating no-mow lawns out front so I don't have to get the lawnmower out. So now I'm rethinking that. Maybe I should manscape them all.
No. Thank you for the compliment. I appreciate that.
That's the best commercial ever for a guy like me. I had an entertainment company for 6 years called Prank Masters. We custom designed practical jokes. This was after the nightclub. When I got out of the nightclub alive, luckily, I thought, I'm going to do something that's fun for me and fun for everybody else. So I was watching Candid Camera. And I don't know if you've ever even heard of that, but that was a massively popular show where they long before Punk'd and Jackass and all those shows. And so I started a practical joke company, and we did 4,000 custom designed practical jokes. I did 1,000 of them myself personally. I wrote custom humor all the time, and not one person hit me with a beer bottle the whole time I was in that business. So that was Prank Masters. That was from 1988 to about 94. 4,000 jobs.
So you're very diverse, and you have a multitude of talents, and sounds like you've started several businesses, founded several businesses. What is you mentioned earlier online, bringing online to the platform. The biggest struggle that most businesses have is driving traffic to that website. How do you drive traffic and interest to that website?
Well, there's tons of ways, and it varies depending on your situation. But one way is called joint venturing. Now, the problem with joint venturing is that if you are new and you don't know what to say to a joint venture partner who has a big email list, really big email list, they're going to tell you to take a hike because people are chasing them around all the time to promote stuff for them. So I've put lots of people on the map. I've had as much as 150,000 subscribers. And so I'm a super affiliate on certain topics, it's called. So people come to me all the time, and I want them to do well. I want to monetize this list that I have of these people, but I know the person coming to me, if they have the wrong deal, the wrong product, if they don't know what they're doing, it's going to hurt my list. It's going to hurt my people. So the main thing is learn how to joint venture. I wrote an ebook on the topic of what to say and what not to say to people like me to put you on the map. I'll give you a couple examples of it. So please. You come to me lots of people have come to me with parenting products. So they're parenting experts. And they say, oh, Tom, a lot of people on your list, there got to be parents. You need to promote my parenting book my parenting product to your list. Well, yeah, I tried that once. I got cussed out in 18 languages and 5,000 people unsubscribed because even if they were parents, they're not on my list because they're parents. They're on my list for entrepreneurship, internet marketing for small business, and professional level speaking. And so even though they're parents, they say, hey, Tom's showing us stuff that we don't care about. What's not why we're here, and they'd unsubscribe. So but they said, "Oh, Tom, this would be great. The parents yes, they need it, but I'm the wrong guy for that product." So another guy came to me, and I know you like cruises because I heard you talking about it on a previous episode. So I don't want cruises. I got offered 100 cruises one time, turned them all down free because I don't want to be out there in international waters where somebody doesn't like me and throws me overboard and nobody comes
No.
Well, anyway, so you can be an enrichment speaker, they're called, and they get good rooms. They're, like, if you're a paid comedian on a cruise ship, they stick you down in the engine room, But if you're an enrichment speaker, you can cruises will book you just to talk about different topics. So this guy came to me, and he had a book on how to speak on cruise ships. Well, I knew I wasn't going to do it, and it was in line with my list because I, have a lot of professional speakers on my list. So I promoted it. I got my commission out of it and put him on the map. He was struggling until I did that, and I put him in front of 100,000 people. He sold tons of books. I got a commission out of it, and he's on his merry way. But he knew how to approach me with the right product. It had to be the right amount of money involved, and you can't make a super affiliate be your guinea pig. In other words, you can't come to me and say, "I got this brand new product." Well, have you sold any? Well, no. Well, I'm not going to be your guinea pig. So that's where you use paid ads to test your sales letters to make sure somebody will buy it before you come to a guy like me. So I got a whole book of those things of what to say and what not to say, but it can totally change your career overnight. And the name of the book is How to Be in Front of 1 Million Warm Prospects in the Next 90 Days. So learning how to joint venture would be one way to drive traffic. Another way is paid traffic. And there's bargains out there on the internet if you know what you're doing. One of which are YouTube in-stream ads. These are the ads where you can click the skip button. We've all seen them on YouTube, right?
Right.
Yep. So most people don't know that if somebody clicks that skip button within 30 seconds, you don't pay anything. So you can get all kinds of branding and be seen like crazy. And most salespeople will tell you have to have multiple touches before somebody actually buys or, believes in you. So you don't pay anything if they skip before 30 seconds. In fact, we want them to skip if they're not interested. And like, for instance, my school, my internet marketing school, has a deal with the Department of Defense for military spouse scholarships. Military spouses always have to take crappy jobs. You're in this Norfolk, Virginia Beach area, and it's all military. So they have to take crappy jobs because everybody knows they're going to move in 2 years. So they don't have good jobs. But they also get sucked into multi-level marketing crap all the time. So I say, so my ad might say something like this: "Hey, if you're a military spouse that's perfectly happy making your friends mad at Starbucks, shoving this Lulu, whatever multi-level marketing crap down their throat, just click that skip button and get back to the video you want to watch. But if you're a spouse that wants to have a portable career that you can take wherever you're deployed, maybe you want to listen to me." That's an example of a in-stream ad. I'm trying to get them to click the skip button if they're not interested. I don't want to pay to have them look at something that they don't want, so that's just one technique, but very powerful. Now, the reason I say it's a bargain is I can get anywhere from 2 to 6 cent video views, where the same keywords would cost me $1.50 to $5 in the main Google search. So it's a big bargain, but there's a lot of nuance to it, because you know how people say, hey, click the link down in the description. You see that all the time. No, you don't do that on your ad, because your ad is on top of somebody else's video. Right?
Right.
The ad, it's on top of somebody else's video. So if I say, click the link in Marcus's video, it's not my link. I'm sending them to you instead of me. So you have to change your thing to say, click the link on this video, not in the description, because I'd be sending them to the other guy. I'd be paying to send them to the other guy. So
right.
So
losing out.
Yeah, so things like that. So that's one of the best bargains out there. Another one is Amazon sponsored ads. If you happen to have an ebook, I do ebook masterminds, and I don't know when this is going to show, but another one's starting next Monday. But if you happen to have an ebook or a book on Amazon, up at the top, you always see these things that say sponsored. They are really, really cheap. I got a bill from Amazon for 2 months for 26 cents.
What?
Yeah. Well, now my books are very niche professional speaking. Not that many people want to be professional speakers, but the costs are just a penny per click, something like that. So that's a good bargain. Then the other bargain currently is a very specific thing. It's a video story ad sending people to your profile on Instagram. See, all of these social medias want you to stay on the social media. Right. So if your ad is keeping them on the social media, it's a big bargain. So I've seen 1 cent ads, 1 cent video ads, but I've heard of a guy I know that got a half or a third of a cent, right, per.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's a really good bargain out there for paid traffic. So your original question was, how do you drive traffic? Joint venture and paid ads. Now, search engine optimization is, I was taught by the best of the best. I had some of the best keywords, number 1, 2, or 3 for 12 years straight on Google. But I kind of gave up on it 5 or 6 years ago because there's too much noise out there. The competition is stiff, and then Google can turn one little dial and you disappear off the face of the earth. So we just do basic keyword optimization, but we depend on paid traffic. And then with social media, we want to get the people the heck off of social media onto an email list. Everybody at my level, the big money is in email. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. The social media is a necessary evil to get them the heck off of there onto an email list that you control, because you don't control anything that's on that social media. They could, ban you in 2 seconds and all of your work is gone. So concentrate on getting them the heck off of there.
Love that.
I love that audience there too. There's enormous. There must be thousands of them.
They are, and they're all cheering for you. The ladies love you too.
Yeah.
But
that sounds like a siren. That's my ride. They're coming after me.
But that makes perfect sense, and I'm glad you said that, because that's the biggest struggle. And you said it so perfectly. There's a lot of noise. There's a lot of stiff competition out there, and so finding, number one, I love how you recognize what's your niche, and you said it without saying it, right? Find your lane and stay in your lane. You trying to advertise to families wasn't your niche. That wasn't your lane, and that wasn't your audience. And so when you branded that person's company, it had a negative effect, even though you have a large following. And so that was key. I picked up that. I was taking notes as you were saying them. And then once you figure out who your audience is, get out there, come to find providers who are in that same niche. Don't come to you because that's not your target market. It's public speaking, it's entrepreneurship, and traveling and motivational speaking. And so don't come to you with, I got the next best baby formula. That's not it.
No. Unless it's, that would never fly unless you brought the breast with it or something. And by the way, let me know before the next break, because I'm going to go manscape before I come back after the break.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't really realize it was that kind of show. So,
it sponsors. It's a new show. It's a gentleman, right? Gentleman or groom,
right? I get it. Like I said, I'm gonna brag about this forever. This is the best ad I ever had. Hey, a lot of people, Marcus, come to me that need to make money fast, and it might surprise you because I don't ever preach any get rich quick stuff ever. But if somebody wants, this happens to me all the time. People come to me and they want to make money fast. Guess where I put them? eBay.
Multi-level.
No,
eBay.
no, I never do anything multi-level. eBay. Yeah, and I want to tell you some stories about that because I heard one of your other guests, Todd Baldwin, the guy that's real frugal, you know, and
Him and his wife.
Yeah, it's cool. Well, I'm frugal too. I grew up. My dad came from Syria on a cattle boat with nothing. That's what they're doing the film about. He came to as an entrepreneur and made himself an entrepreneur. He put the first electric light bulb in Carnegie, Pennsylvania, at 10 years old. All right.
Wow.
By 13 years old, he had his own electrical contracting firm. And so all I saw was him being an entrepreneur. He made me into an entrepreneur, and I've helped thousands of entrepreneurs. So they come to me quickly, but I'm frugal. So I buy off the cell phone on OfferUp and Facebook Marketplace and eBay. And so I bought something from eBay that was local. So and I think it was over past you in Portsmouth somewhere. And I get to the guy's house, and it's a beautiful house. He's got a $500,000 motorhome out front. I go to the door. He comes dressed very nicely, very personable. He invites me in. I'm going to buy this tool from him. So he takes me down the hallway, downstairs to the basement. We're heading towards, he's got this shop down there. All right. Now, Marcus, everything up to this point is normal. So
it sounds like it's downhill from here.
Well, so I get into the way down by his shop, and I look over in his basement, and there are hundreds of ladies' bras hanging from the rafters in his basement. So I'm thinking, oh my God, he lures people in with eBay and then kills them and hangs their underwear up. I'm thinking, and so I'm watching him like a hawk as we're going to his shop now. And I buy the tool. Everything's normal. He's very nice. We're talking about our dads, and we start to leave. And I said, I got to ask you, what's all these bras hanging over here? Oh, he says, oh, my daughter goes to all the thrift stores. She knows all the sizes and the hard to find ones. And she brings them home, cleans them up, repairs them, sells them on eBay. $200,000 a year she sells used bras on eBay that she gets at the thrift store. All right. So eBay is nothing to shake a stick at. They've got hundreds of millions of people. They're coming there with their wallet out to spend money, even if it's at a discount. Another lady, and I thought, Marcus, I'd have trouble pulling that idea off if I started hanging around the bra department of thrift stores. I'd probably get arrested. So
me too.
Yeah. So this other friend of mine would take $80 to $100 every Saturday, single mom, and to yard sales. And she would take her cell phone with her. But, if you go to eBay, next time you go to eBay, you look near the search box. There's a little tiny link that says advanced search. If you click on it, whatever you're searching for, you click another box that says completed listings only. It'll bring up every search in the past 90 days, every auction, and for that product and how much it sold for, if it sold or if it didn't sell. So let's say she'd go to a yard sale and see one of those Tonka trucks, those nice heavy duty metal trucks with for kids. And let's say it's selling for $5 at the yard sale. She'd go on her cell phone and say, oh, it's selling for $50 on eBay. She would buy it. If it was selling for $50 at the yard sale and $5 on eBay, she wouldn't buy it. She was going one day a week to the yard sales, the rest of the week putting the auctions up from home. She was clearing $1,000 to $1,100 a week doing this for years and years and years. Just by that one little trick, no website, no nothing. So when people need money fast, I tell them you can have money tomorrow if you have a PayPal account and clean your basement out at the same time. If they need money fast, that's the perfect place. People are coming there to give you money.
Wow.
Thank you, audience.
I never expected that and I hear people say it, right? I hear people say about Shopify, right? Shopify, eBay, Amazon, and having an e-commerce business, right? Having those e-commerce business, that's the new age. And so
I'm not a big fan of that, but eBay, yes, I am. Yeah, the Shopify and the Amazon fulfilled by Amazon. I just did a podcast on all the downsides of that they don't tell you when they want to sell you a couple $1,000 course on that stuff. But this eBay thing doesn't have really much of a downside. It's only upside.
Give them another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Yay!
We have one more quick commercial break. You all stay tuned.
I gotta go.
Don't do it. We have one more quick commercial break. We have the King of Kaching, and he is breaking down. Huh?
I said if I did do it, my voice would be high like that when I got back.
Oh my gosh. Stay tuned. Stay with us, y'all. We'll be right back. Good day, podcast listeners. This is your boy, Marcus Norman of Gentleman Style Podcast Show. I wanted to let you guys know that we will be rolling out a new feature and adding a join sponsor button next to the subscriber button here at the bottom of your screen. Once you click the button, it will display 3 membership levels. Gentleman Gentry, which is our entry level. Duke Duchess, which is our season level, and the Emperor and Empress, which is our most sophisticated level, which you will receive unique perks and benefits at each differing level and gain access to our community tab. We will also be sharing polls, upcoming events, and interviews, as well as receive feedback from our sponsors directly. Your support helps me find new and exciting guests to bring to the stage live. Well, in order to get the higher end speakers, it requires, you guessed it, money. So thank you for tuning in to my channel. And if becoming a sponsor sounds good to you, then select the join button below and choose your desired sponsor level. Let's continue to grow and serve the future of generations of men and women to come. Love you guys. Bye. We are back, y'all, to Gentleman Style Podcast Show. Your favorite gentleman, Marcus Norman, and Mr. Tom Antoine, the King of Kaching, and he just spilled some incredible nuggets, y'all. If you missed it, scroll back, go back, and check him out. We won't want to miss 1 second of this phenomenal man. Give him another round of applause, y'all.
Well, you know, Marcus, I'm confused. I don't know if I want to be an emperor or an empress. If I slip manscaping, I might to know. So,
whatever level suits you, right?
And by the way, it's Kaching, King of Kaching.
Kaching.
And it's Antion, by the way, because my dad came from Antioch, Syria, through Ellis Island, and they couldn't read it. And so they said, okay, you're Sam Antion. But it was really Simon from Antioch. That's how they named them in the early 1900s from where you were born. So it's Antion.
Thank you for that. That sounds even cooler. That sounds way cooler than Antoine. Antion, y'all. So pardon me. I apologize, y'all. Yeah. Tom Antion, King of Kaching. Money. I think money. Kaching. Why do they call you the King of Kaching?
Well, the reason is because my email goes Kaching when an order comes in. And so we have retreats here where people come in from all over the world to study internet marketing here. And the Kaching's going off all day and it's getting annoying. So I turned it off. But some lady said, "You're the King of Kaching, aren't you?" Well, I guess I am. And so she had somebody draw up a thing. But this brings up another point, Marcus, is I teach people how to recruit young people to help them in their online business, because these young people came out of the womb swiping things, and so I wanted my cell phone ringtone to go Kaching. But I'm thinking to myself, it'll take me all day to figure out how to do this. I have no idea how to do it. So a young girl in the office came and took the phone. 10 minutes later, She brought it back and it goes ka-ching. Do I know how she did it? No. Do I care? No. Does it go ka-ching? Yes. All right. That's how fast these young people can help you. And one kid I started out in 1997, I grabbed him out of 10th grade, and he worked for me for several years, just sold his third startup. You're sitting down, I'm sitting down. Pluto.tv, you may have heard of it.
What?
He started it and just sold it to Viacom for $340 million. All right, so
that's a ka-ching. That's a ka-ching.
I told him, next time I see you, you're buying dinner, buddy, too, because he would have just been a corporate slug, but I got a hold of him, made him into an entrepreneur, and there's no ceiling, for this. But anyway, recruiting the young people is really important. I recruited him because he was very tech savvy. And so most people are fighting with their computer all day long, and then they're too exhausted to sell anything. So I want, the young people, like he was a little Russian immigrant, smart aleck. He would stand behind me, watch me work, and he'd be ready to explode. He's like, I can't believe somebody's making so much money. It's so stupid. Will you just click here? And he was always right. So I just let him abuse me. Like, one of the gifts we're going to give to your group today is a book, automation book on how to automate your business. I'm still using today things that he taught me in 1997. There's the thing on the screen there, screwthecommute.com/automate free. Just one of the tips in that book has saved me 7.5 million keystrokes. We estimated it a year ago. And so it's cell phone automation tips and all the things that let me be lightning fast, so I'm not fighting with the technology. All that time's left over to work on creating products and selling and marketing and all the stuff that brings the money in. Fighting with your computer does not bring the money in. All right. So have at that book. We sell it for $27, but geez, with all the tips I got about manscaping, I'd feel bad about charging anybody on this show. So manscaping is getting extra ads on this show today, by the way.
They gotta reach out to you if y'all gotta check them out. So you're referring to hiring interns when you say the young people, or just how do you find
even high school kids? And so the method I teach is first of all, they're thrilled to death. They're not flipping burgers or cutting grass to make money. All right. They're working with computers. So I say you call up a high school, not the fanciest high school. Those kids are richer than we are. All right. They don't need you. Yeah. We got to call a blue collar high school. You ask for the guidance counselor. You ask if they have a computer club or a computer science class, and you make an appointment. You go down in person. Now, you don't just show up and say, I want a kid. At least that's what the police told me at the station. But you call up, you prove who you are, and then you tell them you have evening, weekend, and summer work for tech-savvy kids, because you can't compete with the school year, although there's nobody's in school now anyway. But in general, and then they'll make contact with the parents. And then we had one lady, they asked her to speak at the computer club, and she had 18 kids. She's like the Pied Piper begging for work. And I'll tell you what this is, how cool this is. The kid that I told you about, I needed some artwork done for this big DVD album I was making. And he says, I got a buddy that does freelance work for the Four Seasons. I said, 4 seasons? That's a big fancy, that'll cost a fortune. I said, you're crazy. He's always telling me, shut up. And then he called his buddy. His buddy's on the phone, his buddy from high school. His buddy's on the phone, says, take a picture of your boss across his desk. Okay, boom. A day later, all the DVDs were designed. The outside cover was designed. It was a cartoon. It wasn't like a picture. He had to make it, draw it from scratch. Charged me $125. He told my kid he would have charged the Four Seasons between $4,000 and $6,000 for the job. So these kids know each other. If they don't know how to do something, they know somebody that does. They're like little roaches all running around. They know each other. And you want the kid that's never going to get a date in their entire life. That's the kid that you want, the one that loves their computer.
Is that why you went for the tech or the computer science class?
Yeah, because you don't want just even a lot of kids are tech savvy with TikTok and all that stuff. But you know, if I had computer trouble, he was the first kid I called, even after he went to college, which you and I aren't the biggest fans of college, but he went to college. He was the first kid I called. He ran the IT department at Florida State. And then as soon as he quit, I hired him back and bought him a house. So he'd come back to work with me. And then a couple years later, he took off on his own. And that was, I knew that. He's not going to get a gold watch hanging around with me. But he went off, but I got him started. He wrote an article in Forbes attributing me to teaching him how to be in business. And so I love that because he helped me that I'm still using today. And I helped him not be a corporate slug, you know. So you can see I don't have a big love of corporate stuff either.
Corporate America. No corporate America. And that's huge. That's huge that you did that.
Well, yeah, but it was see, everybody's got a gain for long-term success. You know, I just can't take advantage of him and then kick him to the street. And he can't just take advantage of me and just take my money and loaf around playing Facebook all day long. We helped each other. And look, he went off on a great career as a young man. I'm so far over the hill, I can't remember going up the hill. But he helped me, saved me carpal tunnel for 7.5 million keystrokes. And also, this book is going to help people ethically steal customers from other competitors who are too slow to get back to people. So you'll be able to get back to people lightning fast when you implement these automation techniques. And people will give you the money because you took care of them faster.
You're the connector. You're the great connector. That's huge. Huge. Give them a round of applause, y'all.
Yay!
Get the book. Get connected. That is screwthecommute.com/automate free. Check out that link. Click the link. It's going to be in the description. It's also going to be in the comments, in the chat. But check the book out, y'all. Y'all need to subscribe to this. Sir, do you have any final tips? Any words of encouragement for that entrepreneur that's on the fence, considering getting started, might getting started, or doesn't know where to go, what direction to go to?
Yeah, you got to get good training. But the problem is there's so many scammers out there. I actually have another show in development in Hollywood called Scam Brigade. You can see it at scambrigade.com. So you got to be careful who you deal with. And see, a lot of the people out there are great copywriters. They can make anything look great. They can tell you this piece of dog poop is the best dog poop on earth. You got to have it. And it's too easy to get sucked in and spend money. So here's what I want you to keep in mind. You can pour sugar on a piece of poop all day long. Doesn't make it candy. Okay, it's still crappy. So you have to learn to only deal with highly trusted people and get good training. See, I didn't make a nickel for the first 2 years until I got good training from a guy named Corey Rudel. He's unfortunately passed away in a racing accident, but he was the 30-year-old grandfather of internet marketing. He was making $5 million a year from his apartment. So as soon as I got good training from him, I started making money. It wasn't like it is today, but it was $50 a week, $100, $500, $1,000. Now it's not crazy to have a $30,000 a week. So this is get good training, and what you learn can keep your cost really low. Remember, me and Mr. Baldwin are frugal, right? And then your profit's high. And that's why the digital products are so great. They're 97% profit. So you got to mess up pretty bad not to be able to make money at 97% profit. But the world is just open to everybody out there with this internet stuff and working from home legitimately. And there's no ceiling to it. You can make as much as you want.
That was major. Big. Sir, how can my audience connect with you? How can they grow with you? How can they support you and get on board with what you're doing?
Well, we have a couple programs. We have my mentor program. It's called GreatInternetMarketingTraining.com. It includes an immersion weekend here at the Retreat Center. We have a TV studio here. You should stop over someday. I'll show you around a little bit. Don't breathe on me, though. I'm old. So, and then I have the only licensed dedicated internet marketing school in the country. It's distance learning, so you can be anywhere in the world and go through that training. We have scholarships available for first responders, law enforcement, military, and nurses. So it's just all kinds of training available, but get good, solid training. And every business on earth needs these skills. So you'll never be out of work, and you can work remotely, and you can be building your own products and services at the same time, to the point where you don't want to waste working for anybody else anymore, because I want to make it too expensive for you to work for anybody else, because the time spent creating your own stuff is so powerful that when you work for somebody else, your work get paid. When you create an ebook or an online course, you're working and getting paid forever. So that's what I want for you.
Love that. Love that. Give him one more round of applause, y'all. Hey. King of Kaching. Kaching. Mr. Tom, thank you for what you do, brother. Thank you for taking time out of your busy day, and thank you for everything. This has been phenomenal. You're amazing, and I thank you for what you do and giving back in this way. I appreciate you so much. I hope this has served you, and I hope this helped. I want to say this to you publicly. Never stop. Never give up. The world needs you. The world needs what you're doing. You're changing it one household, one young man, one young girl at a time. And so please don't ever quit.
Good deal, man.
Yes, sir. And I want to say this to my audience. Thank you all for tuning into the Gentleman Style Podcast Show. I hope this message has served you all, and I hope this is helpful. I gave the links. I'm going to put the website back on the screen. Get the book, get that book, and check it out. You got to check it out. I put it in the comments below. Thank you all for tuning in. Like I end every show, take care of your friends, take care of your family, and always take care of business. This is Marcus Norman, your favorite gentleman, and Mr. Tom of so many different things. Mr. Tom just does it all. I'm sorry. You do it all, but thank you all. I appreciate you. Have a great day. Love you guys.
Take care of your manscaping too.
Take care of your manscaping. Yes. Manscape, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, take care of yourselves. Love you guys. Bye.